Hey, hey guys, it's Friday morning. I'm starting out with a meditative yoga flow. We're gonna start out here in a fire log pose. You're gonna put your left leg under and your right leg on top, and you're gonna lean forward. And while you're in this pose, you're gonna focus on inhaling, holding at the top, and releasing out your mouth like waves crashing on the ocean. Focus on the here and now and really try to hold at the top and release. Breathe in, hold, and release out your mouth. Yoga is intentionally focused on breath work and the present moment. So when we focus on things outside the present moment, we are not releasing what doesn't serve us. So you're going to feel this hip opener in your right hip. Do not lean any further than you can go. And then we're going to switch and go to the other side. So focus again, inhaling. And then stretch your legs out for a moment. And then we're going to put our right leg under and our left leg on top and do the fire log on the other side here. And then we're going to lean forward as far as we can go. And again, focus on your breath work and releasing any toxins or what doesn't serve you in your mind and body. Again, you're going to feel this stretch in your left thigh. And then when you're ready, sit up, stretch out both your legs in front of you, and then lean forward, but don't pull yourself forward. Lean forward only as far as your body lets you, and feel the stretch in your upper back, your neck. I know I have a lot of neck and shoulder pain, and it's so easy to re-injure things, so make sure you're mindful of what your body is calling you to do or calling you to ignore. And sometimes you have to make modifications in life to ignore these things that are present. So I'm going to get in cat and cow pose, and I'm just going to lift my head up, tuck my head under, and I'm going to do a few cat and cows, just elongating the back. And you can thread the needle as well, but just really focus on warming up the spine and feeling the stretch, kind of stiff right now, and then tucking it under. And sometimes your lower back will crack or open in that area. And you really want to focus on stretching out and warming up the spine and not overdoing it. And reverting back to your breath work. And then I'm going to stretch my left leg out and my right arm out in front, and I'm going to pull it toward the side, and I'm just going to hold it here for a moment. Just warming up your abs in this particular pose. Reverting back to your breath work. And then I'm going to stretch out my left arm and my right leg behind me and feel the ab work in this side as well. One side might be stronger than the other. So a lot of times in life, we're faced with a lot of monotony, and we don't really know if we're making any forward progress. And it can be challenging because we think we're in this endless cycle and we don't know if it's going anywhere. So right now I'm just stretching out the back of my legs, and then I'm going to step into a forward fold. I'm avoiding down dogs right now just because I'm healing a shoulder injury or strain. And then I'm going to go to a half lift. Stand tall. And then I'm going to twist like I'm hugging myself. And then center, and then twist like I'm hugging myself on the other side. And then clasp your hands behind your back, mini back bend, forward fold. And then I'm going to go into a downward dog. Just see how it feels in your body in this position. Only do what your body allows you to do. So if your body isn't calling for you to do that, do not do it. I'm going to do a twist. Gaze follows toward my right hand, and then I'm going to do a twist to the other side. And then I'm going to stand tall, hands at heart center, Samastitihi. And I'm just going to breathe in here for a few moments, focusing on my breath work. And then I'm going to take a step forward. Turn your left foot facing toward the side wall, your right foot toward the center. Triangle pose. Gaze follows toward your left hand. And your right hand to the floor or as far down as you can go. And you can feel the side stretch in your left side body. Focusing on your breath work. Stand tall, side of your mat, then tip your left foot toward the back of the mat. And triangle pose on your left side with your right hand toward the sky. Again, you're going to feel the stretch or your abs working on the right side of your body. Now we're going to twist, point our right foot toward the front, and you're going to put your left hand down, your right hand toward the sky, reverse triangle pose. Gaze follows to the top of your right hand, and you're going to feel the twist in your lower back, and it's just really wringing out your body and getting all the toxins out. So back to what I was saying about the monotony in life. You go through life and you're just really curious are you really making any progress, or is it very monotonous, and is life really consistent, or are you just faced with the same challenges? And sometimes you need to just really change up your environment to look at things in a different perspective, because it can be very monotonous. It can be very overwhelming or easy to think that you're not going anywhere. And that negativity will creep in anytime you let it creep in. And it's sad to say, and we're going back towards center, hands out toward the side. Then we're going to twist our right, bend our right knee and lift our left arm overhead. Gaze follows. And we're going to feel the stretch in our left side body. So we just go through and we think that, this negativity is really ruining my life. I don't feel motivated. And sometimes you have to change things up to see things differently. Maybe you should try a different challenge, try a different way of doing things or looking at things, which requires uncomfortability. And doing this practice really helps put things that way. You're going to twist and do it on the other side. So your left knee is bent, your left side arm on your left knee, your right arm overhead. Feel the stretch in your right side body. If you're tight, this is great for stretching out your side body. Again, focusing on the present moment in your breathing. And back up. And then we're going to do a prayer twist. So you're going to twist it out toward the right. You can pivot and plant your back foot. Gaze follows toward your right elbow. And just twist as far as you can, allowing your hand to come toward your chest center. And then after we hold it here for a few moments, because we're still bringing out our body, we're going to reverse it and do it on the other side. So then from here, you're going to bend your left knee and twist toward your left side. And twist it to hands toward heart center, holding it here in this pose for a moment. And then back to the side of your mat, arms out. And then from here, we're going to go into a pyramid pose. So your legs are parallel from each other, facing the front of the mat. You're going to clasp your hands behind your back, and you're going to lean forward over your right leg and really feel the stretch in the back of your right leg, stretching out the hamstrings. Focusing on here and now with each pose. And then I'm going to stand tall. I'm going to go to the back of my mat and do the same thing, but I'm going to reverse. My left foot is going to be behind and my right foot's going to be in front. And, or was it my left foot that was in front? Well, whatever the opposite was, I think it's the left foot that needs to be in front back here. I'm going to lean over that and try shortening your stance if you can't, get the ultimate bend. It's okay to have a slight bend in your knees also. And then stand tall, and then arms out at the side. And then for this next pose, you're going to lift half bound lotus pose. You're going to lift your right leg inside of the hip crease of your left thigh. And then some people can clasp and reach their foot behind them. I just lean it behind and lean forward and put both hands down. And you're just really stretching out this hip area and opening up your hip. So I encourage you, if you feel lost in the monotony, to try something different, try something new, try going somewhere different just to get out of your comfort zone. And making that change, it will really change your perspective on things. And we're going to slowly get out of this pose, lift your right foot in front, and then we're going to put our left foot over and do the same on the other side. Now, each side of the body is different, of course, so it'll feel differently. Remember to focus on your breath work and releasing what doesn't serve you in the pose, and then back down. And then from here, I'm going to stretch out my inner thighs in this pose here. And a lot of times we carry stress and tension in our inner thighs and hip area. So it's important to be mindful of that and stretch. And sometimes if you don't give your body the time to relax or let go or release, you will not be releasing these toxins or what doesn't serve you in your body. So be mindful of that. So I'm just going to lean back and forth doing this for a second. And then I'm going to do some poses on the mat. So we're going to go into a butterfly pose. So however open you want your butterfly pose to be will just determine how far the stretch you get in your inner thighs. Now, sometimes you can't lean as forward as you'd like to in this position. Only lean forward as far as your body's allowing you to go. And you will ease into the pose more as you hold it here. Again, focusing on breath work and the present moment. I feel like the older you get, the more cognizant you are or aware you are of how fast things are going and where you are in life. And it can present challenges. And if you don't work through them slowly, it can seem overwhelming and stressful. It can definitely be stressful that time is flying by and you're not able to live presently. And I think this practice really helps you, allows you to do that. Um, it might not necessarily come easy at first, but when you really realize that you need to release anything that's stored in your brain or mind that is not serving you, it's important. So I'm going to go into deer pose. So I'm going to bend my left or my right leg in. My left leg's going to go behind, and I'm going to lean forward. Whatever part that my body is craving me to lean forward in, I'm going to lean forward in it. And I'm just going to feel this stretch in my right hip area. Remember to focus on breathing first because yoga is a breathwork practice first. Now you can definitely feel if one of your hips is tighter than the other in these deer poses. So you're going to switch and you're going to tuck in your left leg and your right leg is going to go behind you. And then you're going to lean forward over this side. Now remember, don't force it, only go as far as your body is calling you to do. And when you're ready, you can sit up. I'm going to do a few more standing poses. From here, I'm going to go into half moon. So you're going to put your hand down, left hand down, or right hand down, left hand toward the sky. Gaze follows. Your left side body is floating. And then from here, you're going to put your left hand down, reverse half moon, and then try to take flight and hold this pose. Your arms can be on the side, in front, behind. And then from here, I'm going to cross my left leg over my right, and I'm going to twist. This is kind of like the other pose where I was twisting, prayer twist. And then grab your left foot out in front, Padagustasana A to Padagustasana B to standing split. And just feel the stretch in your legs. And then from here, I'm going to do the other side. So I'm going to lift my left leg up, my right leg up, and then I'm going to do a twist, half moon. And then to warrior 3, I know I did that out of order. And then back down into child's pose. And back down to your normal breath. Then I'm going to lean forward over straight legs. Then I'm going to go to bridge pose from here. It's going to lift and release any tension in your lower back. Just releasing it out and holding the pose. And then when you're done, you can open up your legs into an open book and just breathe here in Shavasana, releasing anything that you are holding on to, bringing your breath back down and focusing on the current moment. And that concludes my yoga meditation session for today. If you join me, thank you. I hope you guys have a great day, great weekend, whatever time it is, and namaste.